bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Baylor's offense will go on the attack first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We just need to see what they do today.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. There we go! Once he got some room, it was over.
Yeah, these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Makes a move. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Working up outside. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
He's got it on the right. Open space at the 25. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. Houston going up tempo. Looking downfield on first down. He makes a grab. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
Man, that field shrinks. You've got to have the big boys down here that you can just throw it up to. Let them make plays. Make it look like run. All the big boys on the field. Slip that tight end out. Find him. They'll do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Motion from the wideout. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. And the Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And how about the confidence of this kid? I got to know, man. I know this receiver's a stud, but I'm putting 2 guys on him. I'm trying to take him out of the ball game, and he's still going to throw it that direction?
Because even when he's covered, he's open. And these guys work tirelessly all week long. They understand understand where they're going to be. They understand when the football's coming out. You could put a third guy over there, and I don't know if that would have changed the quarterback's decision. I think he was still going to his big playmaker on the perimeter.
Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
It'll be third and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Pulls it in. It's Bob. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 32nd. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away he wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off and does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Near the sticks. It's Bob. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. The Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. On target to the left. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Cougars will hustle to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize, so you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Makes the catch. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. The best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
The Cougars come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That just never had a chance to take control of the middle of the field and stop him in the backfield on 3rd down. Punt is in the air on 4th down. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the...
Breaks into the open. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been hot.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
The give to the tailback. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it right now.
throw on first down. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs in the run.
Defense just didn't have an answer there on the slant throw. Once the completion was made, they just couldn't get to the ball carrier and get him down on the ground.
Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Grabbed in the middle. It's gone. And he'll take it out and house it. Touchdown, Baylor!
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Miles. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Off his own number. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Finds the man on the left. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
From the gun, the running back has it. Gets it past the marker. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down real manageable.
Football, you really turn quick, but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick. Obviously, it was inaccurate.
And the Cougars are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they want to go on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
From the gun, running back on the move. Crosses the 40. Turning it on. There's the 20.
keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. He'll keep it himself. He'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. Now on the return. Slips through the line. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides the back on the option to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Inside the 35. Oh, he's got some space. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. When that receiver got 3, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you have my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Now the play fake. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. That's going to be a safety. The offense is back on top of it. This is bad, but it could have been worse. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down. And the Bears trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Tight end now in motion. They'll run it from the gun. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Okay. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. The Bears will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. The Houston offense comes onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Lost to fire on second down. Pocket breaking down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're
Fires one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Houston will be forced to punt. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got a man in the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. Got his man on the outside. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. Dragged down at the 46 after a pickup at 5 and the first down. The Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the big fella. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. And the Bears have a lot of options on second and inches. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quick completion on the outrun. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Down to the 23 for this first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. The screen, watch out! And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long.
And into the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Baylor!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout game. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done. And he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be dragged down. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese.
And the quarterback goes knocked down back in the third
job by the defense containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Wants to go up top. Finds a tight end. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They punt it away on 4th down. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They've been the height of efficiency here in the first half, David, and you've got to think they're going to try to click it right down the field here.
When you're looking at your playbook and it's worked so well in the first half, I want you to continue to do what I've been doing, Palmer, because it's been all gas.
That's right. Strike while the iron's hot, too, before this defense gets to going at halftime to potentially make some adjustments, show you some different looks in the second half. Whatever you've been doing, it's working. Keep it up.
To the air on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He'll take a shot. Touchdown! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
What great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Miles. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And this offense has been a story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes the Houston offense once again. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll give it to him again. He's brought down, and there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The run from the shotgun. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Let's see what they do on third down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off. That's number 10. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, what great discipline by this defense. They didn't sit on routes short. They take a shot down the field on third and short. Questionable shot probably. Nice job being disciplined and getting the interception.
Yeah, just because you have the shot play called on third down like that as a quarterback, that doesn't give you the freedom to just throw it down there if he's not open. I think that time he forced it into traffic, and that's why it got picked off.
Back to pass on second down. Right on the money. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Looking to fire. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision. defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
To the air on second down. The screen, he can go. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Complete in the middle. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. And this center down gets started from the 33, first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. He'll run it again. Slithers into space. There he goes. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these runs.
Makes the catch and a huge play on the left side. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The Bears are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal.
Jackrabbit.
Try to barge their way in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They weren't able to move them an inch on second down. Now it's third and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. Just hammering it with this running back again. He noses his way into the end zone. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit in so bad, you start to put the backups in and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. The other side, well, they're just taking that right to the face.
Let's see what he can do with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. He'll try to find a rhythm here. Gives it on the option. Oh, gives him the tough step up. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got the back over the middle. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. Houston getting set, looking at first and 10. The inside handoff. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
From the gun, the ground game. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. One final play before the end of the quarter. Again on the option. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll move the tight end. They go to the ground. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
That penalty cost him a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Line is set on third down.
Get set, get set.
From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stops, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away to get it done.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And the Bears line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. The Houston offense comes onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. And he dropped it, just didn't put the thing all the way in.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It just hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trail.
And down he goes back for 3. Houston will be forced to punt. He gets gets it away from his own end zone. He'll return it from the 50. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try to capitalize on this field position.
Here we go.
Leaves it with the back. Got some room in under the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Bears line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Baylor! They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first?
Okay, ready?
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down.
Set.
Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Looking for a big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense.
On the ready. Here we go.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation.